Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today's topic is basically for married women alone because we'll be looking at your sex drive. One truth about married women is that some married women are really enjoying this sex because they have the sex drive. Yes, they have high sex drive. Why some others are not enjoying the sex in their marriage because they have low sex drive. Now, for those who have low sex drive, what should be done? What are the causes? And what are the possible solutions to these causes? Now, one of the causes could be psychological causes, you know, could be as a result of anxiety or as a result of depression. And that's why it's always good to avoid anything that will bring depression into your life. Avoid anything that will cause you anxiety because it will affect your sex drive. It affects so many things in the body system. So avoid it. Then of course we have physical causes. And these physical causes could be as a result of sexual conditions. Maybe the woman usually experiences a lot of pain during sex. So when she remembers the pain she's going to go through, she'll rather not go into sex. Remembering it alone will bring down the level of that sex drive. Another physical causes could be as a result of diseases. Cancer, diabetes can cause low sex drive for a woman. Another reason for physical causes could be the lifestyle of a woman. If you're indulged in so much intake of alcohol, it brings down the level of your drive for sex. We also have surgery. Surgery, if a woman has undergone surgery, of course, it's going to affect her sex drive. Her sex drive is going to be low. And then of course fatigue is another thing, and in this society we can't do without fatigue. A woman is out in the morning, she's experiencing hold up going to work. At work she's working all through the day, she's coming back home, she's facing hold up, getting back home, she's facing house chores. She will definitely experience fatigue, and then of course it can cause low sex drive for a woman, although this is for some, whereas some, even despite all this fatigue of the thing, they are still ready, they still have that high sex drive. So it depends on individual. So these are physical causes that can affect the sex drive of a woman. Now, another thing could be hormonal causes due to number one, menopause. As a result of age, definitely the sex drive will begin to go down. Yes. Then another thing in this hormonal cause could be that the woman could be as a result of pregnancy or for a breastfeeding woman. During pregnancy and during breastfeeding period, the sex drive of a woman definitely is low. So in case you're experiencing a low sex drive during this period, it's not a bad thing. It's a hormonal change. It's normal. But after this period, you're still gonna go back. Then we have relationship causes too, due to lack of communication or you know connection with your husband. If you're not closely connected with your husband, it could reduce your sex drive. Then lack of communication could also result to that. And of course, unresolved conflicts or fights. When a woman is always fighting with your husband, having quarrel with your husband, all these things can really bring down your sex drive for your husband. And that's why we encourage women, try as much as possible not to have conflicts with your husband or be too bitter. No matter what your husband does, try and always make room for forgiveness and put it aside so that that drive can also be there. So now that we have an idea of what the likely causes are, what are the solutions to these causes? I want to begin with the lifestyle of every woman. If you know your lifestyle is affecting your sex drive, try as much as possible to to work on your lifestyle. For example, if you've been indulging in the intake of so much alcohol, which affects the sex drive, then try as much as possible to reduce it or avoid it if you can. Engage in a lot of exercises. Exercises are actually good. It puts the blood at work, you know, and it makes it active. It makes your body active and ready for any action. Mm. Try as much as possible to be stress free. Another way I try to tell people to look beyond the stress so that it will not affect you much. See these things as part of exercise. exercise. Don't let it overburden you. Don't see it as stress. See it as part of life. See it as, as if you are exercising yourself. Whatever it is you're doing, see it as exercise. If you see it that way, it will help reduce the stress and the tension and the depression. Okay. Then, of course, try as much as possible to have a good relationship with your husband. Try to be in good communication with your husband. Now, as far as communication is concerned, always try talk with your husband. Um, it's always good to open up to your husband what is affecting you. If you're having pains, let your husband understand, and it will help a lot. But if you're bottling it and you're avoiding him, he will feel rejected, and that's not the best way to go about it. Before you give room for him to get that enjoyment elsewhere. You're the only source through which he's supposed to have this. And if you deny him, that's not good enough. Another thing is to set aside for, you know, time for intimacy. There should always be time for intimacy. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. As far as this sex is concerned, you should set aside time for intimacy. When you play, have time for play with your husband. And even before, if you're about to, at the time you're supposed to have this sex, you can begin with foreplay. It helps. All right. Another thing is also you can learn to change your position. There are different styles you can employ to enjoy the sex. So you can try them out so you can enjoy the sex to the fullest. And another thing is that you can try out some lubricants, some vaginal lubricants, especially that, but this is meant for those that in their menopause age. Uh, because, at this time you're experiencing dryness. So you can use these lubricants to help the situation. Like I said earlier, just beware of your lifestyle. Avoid illegal drugs. And then there are also medicines that people take. There are some medicines that people take that also affect the sex drive. If you know the kind of medicine you're taking that it can affect, maybe your doctors will be able to tell you that this drugs you are taking or you've been taking over time, if it does affect sexual drive, then if it does, maybe you should think of what to do about it. So these are basic things you can do to help you build up your sexual drive. So do enjoy your sex life with your husband and let nothing discourage you from giving him the satisfaction he needs. Remember, you're the only source through which he's supposed to have it. Okay? See you again.